Welcome to Songwriters from Here and Away. This is a show that focuses on new and established songwriters from Atlantic
Okay, thanks
Canada,
for tuning in.
across
This
Canada, and
episode
around the
is
world.
a revisit to Meaghan Smith and Jason Mingo's show that I did about a year ago, but I've remixed it. Jason and Meaghan have a lot of sync tracks, those that are used in movies and commercials and that kind of thing. And Meaghan is an artist unto her own right. This is a seasonal show, a Christmas kind of show, and Meaghan has a lot of great tracks in that realm. Plus, at the end, we're going to put a few other tracks, some from myself and Campbell+Green, as well as other artists, and I'll introduce those towards the end. Here we go. Meaghan Smith, Jason Mingo. So tell me about your world.
Oh my gosh. Well, we used to be signed to Warner Records. So we had a major label deal. We toured for 10 years, and then I got pregnant, and we decided to leave the road. So how many years now have we been?
Really kind of stopped in 2014.
Yeah, when I got
Right.
pregnant. I was really sick for the whole time.
2015.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We stopped touring, and in order to continue to survive as musicians, I had this idea that I would write songs for other people. So I really needed like an escape from my own world, and I said to my fan base, I will write a song for anybody who is celebrating something or has lost somebody, or anniversaries, birthdays, new babies, whatever. I'll write your song the way I write them for myself.
Right.
It just took off. It's been our full-time passion since 2016 or 17, basically.
So did that migrate into some of this sending songs out to publishers to sync work and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Cool.
So I maintain the rights for the songs that I write for other people. You know, if it's really personal, I don't send it to a publisher. I absolutely 100% get consent from my inspirer before I share their song with a publisher. But I maintain the rights, and then, we have a really great publisher we work with, and we send our songs to them, and they get placed all over the place, all over the map.
Cool. Yeah. No, I looked into it a little bit. I didn't do a lot of preparation. In fact, I got your tracks that you wanted to play. I was going to listen to them, but I had a gig last night, and then things went sideways, so I didn't get to listen to all the stuff. But
you're in for a treat.
No, it sounds great. I really think that the sound you're singing, the mix, and everything is great. So now, do you do songs for pitch requests? Like, do you get information from publishers saying, we're looking for this kind of song, this tempo, this vibe, and then write to that?
Yeah, we do both. So
Yeah.
we do custom
Cool.
songs, and then our publisher will say we need something for this collection or whatever, and then we'll write something to spec to if we can. There's sometimes that our publisher's like, I need a party song, and I'm like, I can't I can't do that. I'm not a partier. So but yeah, if we can, we try and write songs to spec too. It's a good challenge. It's actually a fantastic challenge as a songwriter to not just wait for the inspiration, but to be like, okay, we have a mission. I want this song to perform a function, and I'm going to try and make it do that. It's good practice.
It's like writing to a prompt or whatever. Yeah. All these kind of things really stimulate the juices, don't they? Yeah. So you guys toured as a duo?
Sometimes we had a band,
I'm
going to let Jason talk, I promise. Jason is my producer and basically like life partner, and sometimes my boss, and sometimes I'm the boss, but sometimes he's the boss.
Yeah.
And so we're very lucky and fortunate in that he can do all the production work for all the songs that I write. And sometimes we write together. Like if I'm stuck, I'll ask him for ideas, and same with him. If he's stuck for musical ideas, I come down and, we try and work something out. But we have a little studio. We're in our little studio right now in our house, in our basement, and we do everything in-house. So you can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, well, I kind of headed up the publishing thing. When we had our first kid, I started to do scoring for TV shows, and that was great for a little while, but then it kind of dried up. So then I had to think of something else, and we were doing our song, at the moment.
The Our Song is the custom songwriting.
Custom songwriting.
Right.
So we started that up. But Meaghan had a publishing deal at the time, so I reached out to people who worked on our, I think, 2009 or 10 release, It Snowed. We met them in LA, and they were a husband and wife duo, and they kind of were in the publishing realm, and that's what they were doing. So I reached out to them in like 2015, and I started doing songs with somebody else because Meaghan was in a publishing deal, and we couldn't have a publishing deal with them when we're in another publishing deal. So
Right, yeah.
So
We had to wait for that to end.
yeah, I had to get her out of that deal, which it took a while.
Yeah, business and politics and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
It gets in the way of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we got out of that deal, and then things were kind of off to the races, and then we started song after song.
Doing the thing. Yeah. So It Snowed. I've heard it. I didn't get that sent along to me, but you've got a few Christmas tunes, right?
I have a lot. I have a lot of Christmas tunes, Rob.
Yeah. Well, there's a big market in the Hallmark movie zone.
I guess so. I really love Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. And yeah, I made my first Christmas album with our current publishers. So this is how we met, is we worked on this album together. What year did that come out?
I think 2010 or 11.
2010. So it was a while ago. And then last year or 2 years ago, 2020, we released a second Christmas collection with the same publisher. So I have a lot to say about Christmas, I guess.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll spin one of these Christmas songs then.
Sure.
Which one would you like to play first?
What do you think?
Maybe Cold This Christmas?
The title track from our newest release, Cold This Christmas.
Okay. We'll play it Cold This Christmas. Sure. And then we'll come back and you can tell me all about it.
It's snowing, this storm has got me going. It's howling, I'm prowling for something warm and glowing. Oh, that old man winter can be vicious, but we don't have to be cold this Christmas. It's gusty, it's blustery, it's freezing when it's just me. It's chilly, I really think we should stay and trust me. Oh, that old man winter is malicious, but we don't have to be cold this Christmas. I got a sizzling fireplace, I got a warm embrace, I got a burning feeling inside that I could be yours and you could be mine. Ooh, it's wild, snow's piled, it's only getting higher. It's freezing, not easing, come closer to the fire. Oh, that old man winter is ambitious, but we don't have to be cold this Christmas. I got a sizzling fireplace, I got a warm embrace, I got a burning feeling inside that I could be yours and you could be mine. Hey, it's windy, you and me, best hunker down already. It's icy, I'm spicy, let's get warmed up, why don't we? Oh, that old man winter is delicious, but we don't have to be cold. No, we don't have to be cold this Christmas.
So Cold This Christmas. Tell me about that.
I just wanted to write a fun, flirty, using old samples, vintagey sounding Christmas tune. And yeah, it was really fun. Jason found the sample. I really love I love sounds that are like fuzzy and like they sound dusty and not like super pristine and polished.
Right.
So we often use Mellotron samples, omnichord. We use an omnichord a lot. We use I'm really into those vintage sounds. I wanted to try and work in like all these descriptions of cold and try to make these weird words rhyme. So that was my challenge for that song. And yeah, it was really fun to write. It's fun to sing too.
I like some of that retro stuff too. I know. And with the libraries of audio samples that you can get now, it's amazing.
Yeah, there's cool stuff out there.
Yeah. Do you write just at the guitar mostly or piano, or where do you guys write?
Usually guitar, sometimes piano, sometimes ukulele. You know, the omnichord is like this instrument. It's like a electronic auto harp from the 80s. Yeah. It's really good to write on too, because all the chords are like laid out in buttons, and you can. I met Dolly Parton, not to name drop, but I did meet her one time, and she was like, "Oh, I write all my songs on my omnichords." So it's a legit thing. It's a legit songwriting tool.
If Dolly could do it, well, so can we, right?
Well, I don't know. She's amazing. Yeah.
So do you have a standard process? Do you know when you hand it off to Jason, or how does that work for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. It's always different. Sometimes Meaghan will have the whole song with chords and vocals and melody done and send it to me, and other times I'll create the whole track and I'll send it to her, and other times we'll work together, and it's always different.
Mm-hmm.
So the Christmas thing is strong for you, and you've got how many Christmas albums? 18 now?
I know, right? No, just two.
Two?
Just two. And a couple of singles, I think, that we put out with our publisher as well.
Oh,
and
good.
then we have a bunch of other releases too, like non-holiday themed. But another thing I want to mention to you, Rob, is 15 years ago, Jill Barber, Rose Cousins, and I made a Christmas album in support of Feed Nova Scotia. It's called, so I guess I have three. So so the three of us made this album together. It's called A New Kind of Light. We recorded it with CBC Radio, and it has just survived. Like, we released it 15 years ago, and every year people ask me for physical copies, and I've run out.
Right.
So we decided on the 15th year anniversary to release it digitally. So all those tracks are now available everywhere for people who keep like wearing out their albums, or their CDs, or they're too scratched, or they lost them.
Right.
Or
just a reminder, this was
so
recorded
that's what's going on this year for us.
It's now 2023 for this recording, so you'll have to look that up online. It's out there.
If you go to Feed Nova Scotia's website, there is information on it there too.
For listening and downloading and all that by donation. Great, yeah. Well, we'll link that out everywhere we can.
Yeah, that's wonderful. 100% of the proceeds go to the food banks.
What's another Christmas song you'd like to spin? I see Christmas Kiss.
That's it.
Yeah, sure.
Is that a good one?
That was one that was done on the 2010. I think, or 11 release. It snowed, but then we redid it on our latest album. Update it for sounds and subject. Like, we're talking about ringtones on like the 2010.
Like cell phones. It's like everyone has one now, so.
Really, but so we updated, we adjusted like the second verse some, and gave it a more vibe that's suitable to our style.
What we're currently doing,
Currently.
Well, we'll spin Christmas Kiss.
A kiss, I'm wishing for a Christmas kiss. I'm standing by the mistletoe, and if you shimmy to the left, baby, we couldn't miss. I've got a lot of things like rings and blings from head to toe. My hair and nails are done, yeah, I'm good to go. first rendezvous. Well, speaking of the moon, how about a round trip on a rocket ship for two? Cause if you're wondering what to get me, I've got almost everything on my list. But baby, I'm still wishing, I'm wishing for a Christmas kiss. Christmas kiss. A kiss, kiss. I'm wishing for a Christmas kiss. Baby, you couldn't live. Give me just a Christmas kiss.
That was Meaghan Smith and Christmas Kiss. This is Songwriters from Here and Away. My name's Robert Campbell. I'd like to ask you to check us out online. You can look up SFHAA for Songwriters from Here and Away.ca. We'll be hosting some shows coming up in the new year, and you can also send me a note and I'll send you some music even. We'll get back to Meaghan Smith and Jason Mingo. Here we go.
Jason, you have to get out of here. You go out Christmas shopping, or are you doing something more mundane?
The mundane part, it's like a car appointment, so.
Oh, well, nothing like spending money in the wintertime on cars.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Jason. And while you're gone, we'll try to talk all about you. Take care and drive safe.
Bye.
Bye.
And don't look in the garage. There's a present for him in there.
There's secrets in the garage.
Yeah.
So you've hidden the secrets. Good for you. When I heard that you were available to do this, I looked through that history and saw that you had won the Juno. And in your career, where are you at now in your career? Like, how do you see yourself going forward in the next days, months, weeks, and years?
I consider myself a full-time professional songwriter. I struggled a lot with touring. I struggled with my physical and mental health. It's really taxing. Like, it's hard to imagine if you've never done it, but to the people who know, like, the endless flights and hotel rooms and just being on a different stage every night. And it was difficult for me. I also have anxiety. So, like, getting on a stage in front of a crowd every night isn't, like, maybe the best career option for me with my social anxiety. I do miss it. I miss the, like, connecting with my fans and with people who love music. Right. But I don't miss the rest of it, which is, like, the rest of it is like 90% of it, right? So I see myself as continuing on as a professional songwriter and just continuing to full-time songwrite. We're closing in on being able to support ourselves through our royalties alone. And once that happens, then I just plan to just keep writing what I want. So, yeah.
I totally understand the stress and anxiety and that performing thing and the effort. I've toured extensively, and my wife and I, like you guys, did a duo for a number of years, and she's retired from performing for the very same reasons. And You're right. I don't think a lot of the public see all the work behind the scenes or the mental and physical preparation that you have to go through. So it's good that you share this. And
yeah, it's funny. I remember being on tour and talking to my sisters. I have 3 sisters, and we're, like, very close, and they, they all have small kids, and we're like, someone makes your bed, you're just in a hotel, you don't have to buy food, you don't have to make your own food. And I'm like, but I'm eating, like, Subway all the time, and I just want to sleep in my own bed. Like, it sounds I know how it sounds. Like it sounds very glamorous that you're constantly traveling and you're, but like you said, it's difficult. It really is. And it just didn't work for me. I know it works for a lot of people. Like there's a lot of musicians who just can't live without being on the road. Mm-hmm. That's not me. So I decided before COVID, like, these are the rules. I want to be fulfilled. I want to make a living wage. I want to work from home, and I want to employ my husband. And this covers all of that for me, which was amazing, because then when COVID hit, nobody was going on these big trips for their anniversaries or anything, and they hired us to write songs to celebrate. So we got really busy during COVID.
Great.
And now we're, like I said, like we're home, we're working towards building up our publishing library.
Right.
And I'm just going to keep making my own rules. Like, if it doesn't work for me, I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to figure out a thing that does work for me. And I think a lot of artists and musicians, it's easy to forget. You think someone else is making the rules because you're like, oh, I need this support, or I need a label, or I need this. You really don't. You can just make up your own rules and work really hard and be successful.
Thank you for that, because we all have gone through that. I mean, I go through it. You've gone through that before, no doubt. And you look around, you think, I should be posting on social media, or I should be getting a manager, or that kind of thing. And it's not necessarily true. I know a lot of people who make a decent living and are quite happy doing nothing on social media. Mm-hmm. So it's quite possible, right?
Yeah.
And the touring thing, you're right. With children, I know that's when I stopped touring in serious situations. And you're right. Doesn't matter if you're flying to the gig and staying at the Marriott, it's still just a hotel and you're not with your kids. So for the very same reason, I stopped touring, but this is 30 years ago. Let's play another tune. What would you like to play?
Let's Stay in Love?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that one, because it's not a Christmas one, but it is still super fun. And my challenge for this song was I wanted to kind of like play off the words in love, like being in a thing or in a place, and then using more words that started with in, like inconsolable, or so that was my challenge for this song. Yeah, it got placed on, I don't know if you probably didn't see, but there's this really popular Netflix show called Emily in Paris, and it was in that show a few times. So
I've heard it. I watched the show. It was a great show. It was a very cute show, right?
Yeah.
Fun show, yeah. Sure. And I am glad to hear that you got the placement. So this is how you pay the rent and keep the kids going.
Right. Right.
Okay, well, here we go. Let's always stay in love.
I've been in Rome, I've been in Paris, I've been in a cell, and I've been infatuated, but I've never been in love like this. I've been in bed, 'cause I've been in trouble, I've been insensitive, and I've been inconsolable, but I've never been in love like this. Let's stay right here, let's go all the way, but wherever we
That was Let's Always Stay in Love. And you can hear that on Emily in Paris, the Netflix series.
That's right.
So how many times did you get placed on that?
I think with that song we got twice, and I don't know. There's a second season. I didn't have a chance to watch the second season, so I'm not sure. But we don't know beforehand that our songs are going to be placed somewhere. So we essentially, with the deal we have with our publisher, is that everything is pre-signed, which is what makes it great and also terrifying. But when you're working in film and TV, like these people who place music in film and TV, they're just like slammed, right? Like it's like the editor would be like, okay, we need the final cut in 30 minutes and we need to replace this song. So they don't want to go through trying to get permission. So we just sign everything off, and whoever wants to use the song can use it however, wherever. Yeah, like there was a bit of a scare one time where a song was placed in a TV show where there was a less than savory politician as part of this like thing. Anyway, all I'm saying is it's risky because anybody can use it anywhere.
Right. So the publisher can sell that song on to anybody.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why, like, if I'm selling a custom written song, I make very sure that the person I've written it for knows that,
right,
and is comfortable with that. Otherwise, I don't release it to a publisher. Heaven forbid. Could you imagine if a song of mine was playing, or a song of yours was playing underneath a terrible politician or somebody like that?
Yeah, something personal to my family or
Yeah.
family and friends or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it ends up in a place that's unsavory, shall we say? Yeah, yeah. We've got Fa La La
Falling.
Fa La La Falling.
Yeah.
I would never be. I'm dying to hear how this goes. Where did this one come from?
Because I have such an awesome relationship with Jason, there's no drama, which is amazing for my personal life. But for my songwriting, it's kind of, I need like material. So I write a lot about ex-boyfriends. So I dig back into my memory. And so this is a song about an ex-boyfriend who lives in my parents' hometown. And every year, like before I was married to Jason, I would go home and I'd kind of fall in love with him again. And it was like really awkward that it was just like this once a year thing. Every Christmas we'd like be at the same Christmas party, and we'd go get coffee at our favorite park and go skating, and it was like so sweet. And then we, just at Christmas though, right? So that's what that song is about. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's listen to it.
Yeah.
Fa La La Falling.
What is it about Christmas and fa la 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 falling? The snow is coming down, but there's still an old flame burning. What is it about Christmas that makes me fa la la in love with you? What is it about snowflakes Christmas and fall la 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 falling. Someday I'm gonna tell you all these years I've just been stalling. 'Cause something about Christmas makes me fall la la, fall la la in love with you.
Okay, welcome back. That was Fa La La Falling. And what a great, I love Christmas too. We get sick of the old standards after a while, but they're still good songs. So tell me about that one, Fa La La Falling.
Yeah, so that was like I said, it was about a since I've been happily married, I have to dig back through my memories to
Sure, yeah.
revisit past crushes. But that was for an old crush of mine who.
Is it? You go back in history a lot like that when you write? Yeah.
Yeah, because since being married and having kids, it's pretty monotonous, but not in a bad way. But there's just not a lot of drama for us. So I mean, I have to. I don't know. I gotta find it elsewhere. I gotta find the inspiration for those types of songs elsewhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and we had talked about writing and co-writing and that kind of thing. So you've done a fair bit of it along the way, or some?
Yeah. I find it so awkward. Like co-writing is just real. I don't know about you, but it is like getting undressed in front of somebody that you sort of know. I feel it's just so vulnerable, and so I tend to mostly just co-write with people I'm pretty close to.
Right.
So I was telling you, I like co-writing with Dave Gunning, and Ian Sherwood is another person. Oh, Sean McCann. I really love Sean.
Well, we toured with Ian. He's lovely, and we recorded it at Dave Gunning's. He's a lovely guy too. They're both
super nice, right? And people like that, I feel like I could say something really, because songwriting, you just say a lot of really, really stupid things, and you're throwing out ideas before for me, if I'm doing it right, I just chuck out ideas before I question whether or not they're good. So they might be really super bad. And Jason, my partner, my husband, I'm obviously very comfortable doing that with him. So it's mostly he and I doing the songwriting, but I think I'm pretty awful to work with. So, sometimes he might need a break from me.
Yeah. It's funny. I've written a few tunes with Kaylin, my wife, and it's a challenge to be in the same room and write sometimes. Right.
Yeah.
And so we kind of hand the song back and forth, or create something and send it and share what we've done. And then we hash it out once we kind of get the basis of it going. And that's helped us as a co-writer, that I have to allow Meaghan to be as wild and crazy. And I may think that idea is stupid, but I'll never tell you, because it will spur something else in me. Right.
Yeah.
And we'll get more ideas. And that's the beauty of writing and co-writing, is you can go anywhere.
That's right.
An open slate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for sure. It's funny. I see my kids play with other kids, and they, they'll have their little trucks or whatever, and they're making up a story. And they're like, okay, and then I go in the tunnel, and then you crash me on the other side of the tunnel, and the kid's like, okay, and then the other kid's like, and then I blow up, and that's songwriting. That's what it is. But as adults, we've stopped doing that, interacting in that way. I feel like as adults, we more present ourselves to others, as opposed to admitting that we just are, and we're constantly working on things, and we're a work in progress all the time, everything is, but we want to show up as this finished, polished product, which no one is, right? So I get a lot of inspiration from the way my kids play, and from working with other songwriters too, who are kind.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, we really enjoyed hanging out. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. Nice to chat with you.
Thanks to Jason. And we'll play another song to get us out of here. And tell us about this song because it really set you apart in the industry.
Yeah, so this is like my mini Christmas hit. I'm no Mariah Carey yet, but yeah, I wrote It Snowed. It's actually on there's a few versions of this. It exists on A New Kind of Light, which is the first album I talked to you that I did with Jill and Rose at CBC Radio. So I recorded a version of it for that, and then I wanted to re-record it for my own EP.
Right.
So it's also on my Christmas album, It Snowed. And my favorite thing in the winter is when it snows so much that everything gets canceled, but the power doesn't go out.
Yeah.
And you can leave your house. So you're not like snowed into your house. But if it's just like everything's canceled and nobody can go anywhere and all you can do is just be lazy and sit by the fireplace and snuggle, and that is just my favorite thing about snow. So I wanted to write a song that just encompasses all of those ideas. And so that's It Snowed.
Well, I hope you get a day like that where it goes
Ooh.
blissfully snowing and blissfully quiet, and you can take the kids out and walk in the fresh snow where it's so quiet and
Exactly.
wonderful. Yeah.
You too.
Here it is. It Snowed from Meaghan Smith.
Snowed last night. Everything is sparkling with diamond light. The road is buried 4 feet high. Honey, let's play hooky 'cause it snowed last night. It snowed last night. Get your hat and coat and bundle up real tight. Hitch up that sled and we'll take a ride. Everybody's happy 'cause it snowed last night. Well, how merry, side. It snowed, it snowed, it snowed last night. Honey, let's play hooky 'cause it snowed last night. And when the sun dips out of
Thank you for tuning in. Songwriters from Here and Away is online at SFHAA, songwritersfromhereandaway.ca. You can catch our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram stuff. We'll be sharing information about new shows coming up that we'll be taping live in the Halifax area. One of those shows will be Charlie Acord. And we have a few more that we're lining up. We're going to close out the show with a few other folks. We have Ivan Boudreau. Ivan is a writer from British Columbia, and this song is a Christmas song he wrote. It's a co-write with Lucy LeBlanc, Joanne Stacy, and Susan Giacona. It was recorded at a great studio out in the Vancouver area with Gord Maxwell on bass, Simon Kendall on keys, Tom McKillop on guitar, Jay Butner, and Matthew Atkins. You've seen Tom McKillop as the band leader on the Canadian Country Music Awards and those kind of things. Fabulous band. This is a lovely track. Here it is. It is called Jingle Bell It.
Snowflakes are drifting down, dressing up my little town. I feel that Christmas glow from my head down to my toes. I'm gonna jingle bell it, story tell it, mistletoe, my friends. I'm gonna popcorn string it, tinsel bling it, and wait for Santa's sled. I'm gonna candlelight it, silent night it, bake some gingerbread. I'm gonna celebrate it, decorate it, it's Christmas time again. Counting down the days to my favorite time of year, thinking about the ways to bring on the Yuletide cheer. I'm gonna jingle bell it, story tell it, mistletoe, my friends. I'm gonna popcorn string it, tinsel bling it, and wait for Santa's sled. All right. Singing Christmas carols as I decorate the tree, lighting up my world, fires up the joy in me. I'm gonna candlelight it, silent night it, bake some gingerbread. I'm gonna celebrate it, decorate it, it's Christmas time again. I'm gonna sugar plum it, eggnog and rum it, the party never ends. I'm gonna celebrate it, decorate it, it's Christmas time again.
That's Jingle Bell It, co-written by Ivan Boudreau. Next, we will have Sylvie. Sylvie Marie is a Halifax artist, and she's got a cute little song called Christmas, L-O-V-E, Love.
I don't need some pearls or a diamond ring. I don't need a pet or a bird that sings. Got all the blessings that I need from heaven above. If you bring me some of that Christmas L-O-V-E love, I'll tell you what would be a sight for my sore eyes to see. You taped up in Christmas bows on Christmas Eve. I don't need a cottage or a brand new house. I don't even need for you to make me your spouse. 'Cause this year you'll be all that I'll be thinking of. If you bring me some of that Christmas L-O-V love, I'll tell you what I'd like to do on Christmas dawn. String you up in Christmas lights and turn you on. I'll tell you what would be the very best gift for me, to get wrapped up with you beneath the Christmas tree. I don't need no tinsel nor a big tall tree. I don't need no list to help me do a good deed. I promise nothing naughty, I'll be just good enough if you bring me some of that Christmas L.O.V. though. There's just one more thing that would be really swell, and that's for us to get a chance to jingle your bell. I don't need some pearls or a diamond ring. I don't need a pet or a bird that sings. Got all the blessings that I need from heaven above. If you bring me some of that Christmas L.O.V., if you bring me some of that Christmas L.O.V., if you bring me some of that Christmas L.O.V.
That was Sylvie Marie, and the artist before that was Ivan Boudreau. You can look both those artists up on bandcamp.com. Great place to buy music and support the artist. This next artist is also on Bandcamp. It is Campbell+Green. That's myself and my wife, Kaylin. And a while back, somebody said, why don't you play any of your songs? So, well, that's what you're going to get. A couple of Christmas songs. This one is Christmas in Paris.
December 24 and I'm waiting. I've left my third message to you. I can't believe that it's snowing. Is that why you can't make it through? You said we tour the Eiffel Tower, the Seine, the Arch and the Louvre, hold hands and go walking for hours like so many young lovers do. You said meet me for Christmas in Paris, but I'm sitting alone in this sidewalk cafe. The streetlights are glowing like matches. I sure hope that you'll find your way for Christmas in Paris, for Christmas in Paris. I've been seeing your face since the summer. Every night you dance through my dreams, and you stole my heart on the Côte d'Azur, my very first time overseas. You said meet me for Christmas in Paris, but I'm sitting alone in this sidewalk cafe. The streetlights are glowing like matches, and God, I sure hope that you'll find your way for Christmas in Paris, for Christmas in Paris. Like a scene from a movie, I turn around, see the prettiest woman I've ever found, smiling and laughing and running to me across the cobblestone streets of this old romantic city. Now we're together for Christmas in Paris, as we kiss in the sidewalk cafe. The streetlights are glowing like matches, and God, I'm sure glad that you found your way for Christmas in Paris, Christmas in Paris, Christmas in Paris, Christmas in Paris.
Okay, we're going to close out the hour with a song that was written by Kaylin and myself called Ready Made Christmas. Talks about the way things have changed a little bit, but some things are still the same.
It always snowed on Christmas Eve. At least that's how I remember. Everybody home, one big family. At least that's how I remember. Hanging lights on the Scotch pie, homemade paper decorations, Dad pouring out the hard mulled wine. At least that's how I remember. But it's all changed now. Take a tree from a box, put a plastic angel on top. You can plug it in, you can light it up, but there's no feeling, the spirit is lost. This ready-made Christmas can't seem to find the time these days to celebrate in the old-fashioned way. Brave the cold to find that perfect tree, but there's no heart in a store-bought memory. Take a tree from a box, put a plastic angel on top. You can plug it in, you can light it up, but there's no feeling, the spirit is lost. This ready-made Christmas, this ready-made Christmas. But then you take my hand, and your smile fills the room, reminds me where I am. Take a tree from a box, put a plastic angel on top. Plug it in, light it up, and there's that feeling I thought I had lost. This ready-made Christmas. Take a tree from a box, put a plastic angel on top. Plug it in, light it up, there's that feeling I thought I had lost. This ready-made Christmas, 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 this ready-made